Guys, welcome to another video of Lost Boy Comics. In this week's video, I'm going to be going over my preparation and how I got on at Inkblot in Nottingham last weekend. So I didn't have a video out of the weekend because I was trying to get everything ready for this con. It was my first time selling, so kind of my thoughts of my first time selling my artwork and comics in a convention. And it was at Inkblot. This is an anthology they did last year for their Manchester show. I think they're doing another one this year for their Manchester show this year. So I went to Nottingham one because it was so close to my parents, and it was an excuse for me to go and see them. It was like an hour drive. So the first thing is like what I got ready for the convention, what I collected, so when I got to the table I could set everything up, and throughout the day everything ran smoothly. So main thing was a card machine. I got a PayPal one, and I think when you have a PayPal business account you can get a discounted price because the website kept saying £70, but when I added it to the cart once I'd logged in, it was giving me a price of £30. So I grabbed one of those and that worked perfectly. And then you can grab the PayPal POS app on your phone and you can put in the prices, put in the price, pick if it's a card, if it goes like a card machine, or pay on phone. If you do pay on phone, you just have to hold your phone and they tap it on the top. So both of those worked. Sometimes one didn't work and the other one did. So messed about with it, but that one worked great, and that was kind of the best way for me. And then a lot of people pay cash as well, so cash is always easy. I needed a sheet, so I had to get a black sheet. I was going to print on it, but I just didn't have the time. So I'll probably get one professionally printed for my next con that I have at the end of the year. So that's the sheet I had down, and then I had clear like book stands, and that had issues 1, 2 and 3 kind of set around. I'll have video and photos of my setup as well. So I had those, and then I had one in the middle that had the big art book, and then it opened up one in front so people could flick through and use that as like a portfolio, as well as like advertising the book for sale. And then I had the sketch cards, sketch covers on stands, and the big artwork at the end. And then what else did I need? So I had the cloth, the stands, obviously the stock. I got loads of extra books of Hellbound printed, which came in handy because I sold loads of those. And then I got like plastic top loader sheets that you can get trading cards. I got big ones for that big art pieces, so when I was traveling they didn't get all dinged up, and then you can flick through them, and it kind of looked a bit more professional than just plastic sheets sometimes. I needed insurance, so I grabbed you pay monthly for the insurance, like a sole trader insurance, just in case something goes wrong. And that was mainly it. That was all I kind of needed. Maybe next time for the big con, Thought Bubble, I'm going to get like one of the banners that people have behind them. It looks a lot more professional as well. So that was good. But I had a lot of people like when I was saying it's my first con, a lot of people were surprised with just how it looked and how everything looked. They couldn't tell, which was really good to hear. So that was kind of me setting up. I was set up within 20 minutes, probably not even that, and then taking them down as well was like 15-20 minutes. So that was good. How did it go? So the next one is how did it go through first con? I went with everything that was in my shop on my web store. So all the sketch covers I have done that are available were there. All the sketch cards, all the big art pieces, and then I had the leftover of the overstock from my art book, and I had Hellbound issues 1, 2 and 3, and I had an ashcan. So I got an ashcan printed of issue 4 to go there, and business cards and stickers. That was another thing I took, just in case people didn't want to buy anything, they could take a business card, or they were interested in a commission, they could take a business card, scan the QR code on the back, and it takes you to the website, my social medias, everything. So Hellbound issue 1, that was like the main seller. Within first 5 minutes of the doors opening, I'd sold one, and then it just kept going. I made a list of everything that was everything I sold, and then if it was cash or card. So at the end of the day, I could just add it all up and add it to my spreadsheets and stuff like that. It made it a bit easier. So Hellbound issue 1 was selling loads, and then a few people bought 1, 2, and 3. Loads of people took ash cans. I only have a few left. I sold about 2 boxes of comics. I went with 3 boxes and then rucksack and another bag, and I came home with 1 box full with whatever was left. So that's great because it's harder for me to sell my own comic online. It feels with the artwork, you can kind of just post new artwork and it kind of promotes the old stuff. With the comic, you tend to just, it feels like I'm saying posting the same thing over and over again and kind of boring people. So I leave it a little bit and then promote it, and then leave it and promote it. So selling it there was great, and having the ash can that people can flick through that was free. So instead of having a comic out, I could just show them the ash can and they can see what the artwork's like inside without any speech bubbles or anything like that. So that helped. I sold 2 sketch cards. So those were like a smaller like price point for original art, because they were £20. So a lot of people were looking at the sketch covers and didn't really know what a sketch cover was, so I had to explain it. And then they were like, oh, we kind of come on a budget, so £40 on a sketch cover and you've already bought 50, it only leaves you with £10 to go and find someone else's comic. So that was fine. I've heard at the Thought Bubble at the end of the year, that one is more original art based, as well as the comics, so probably sell a bit better there. So that was like the main thing. It went really quick. Everyone there was super nice. I got a lot more followers and people just looking at my work, which is amazing. So that was fun. And it went super quick. Before you know it, it was 4 o'clock. It died down around 4. So I started packing up around 4:30, and I got a lift. So it made it so I was outside ready for the lift when it came, because parking was a bit awkward. In Nottingham, it's big city centre. There's loads of rules that you get caught up with in the cars. But and then the last thing is all the artists that were there were amazing. I picked up a few from people I was following online. So we have some stuff from K-Wiz and we have some stuff from Chris Askham. So I can go over what I picked up as well. So from K-Wiz, we did an art trade. He wanted my art book and he wanted to pay. So I was like, no, let me go over to the stall. There's plenty of stuff over there that I don't have. And this one I didn't have. It's like, it's a comic. It's like a thick collected comic. I know nothing about it. So when I read it, I'm going in blind, which I'm really excited for, just to see what it's about. But the artwork inside is really nice. It's black and white. The size is really, really good for like traveling as well. It's about like A5 size. Like a Skeletor looking character there. Super cool. Flick through, there's some like demons and stuff like that. So sounds down my street. At the cover, I thought it was kind of like a John Wicky type thing. So it might be, it might not be. I also picked up that anthology. So this is Alien. So it's all based on Alien. So they had all the creators, or most of the creators that was at the Manchester one, did a story in that inside this, which is really, really cool. So I'm excited to flick through this, and I will have a review on all my socials and probably on YouTube as well after. And then one of the things is K-Wiz wanted a Crow sketch card when I was started doing the sketch card stuff, and I said I have a Gunslinger Spawn cover that I was going to draw on, but if he wanted to do a trade, I was happy to do it. And he jumped on it, and he did this Gunslinger Spawn cover here, which I absolutely love. I've been really getting into the whole like Western vibe of things now. So having this, and even just having like the houses in the background, like he did a full cover piece, super cool. And then with the grey tones and everything, he smashed it. He really smashed it with this one. It was super cool. And then he also had some artwork as well. So I flicked through. I only took one. I should probably taken more because they were so cheap. But he did this Thor piece, which I'd seen on his Instagram just before, and I was like, this is so cool. The detail and stuff on his face, and like the dark shadow line work in the background. Loved it. Yeah, I really liked this one. So I grabbed that. And then from Chris Askham, he was drawing throughout the day, and I was kind of peeking over, seeing what he was drawing, and figured out that he was drawing a Swamp Thing. And I'm currently reading the first Swamp Thing run, and I'm loving it. So I had to pick up this Swamp Thing piece by him. So it's just so sick. Really, like, he did the character so well, and he drew this in like an hour. He says that he doesn't tries to spend less, no more than an hour on a piece. So yeah, grab this one. It was so cool. And then I was flicking through. We had like 2 stacks of just original art, and they're all around £20 and £10 if they've been a bit older. And I was flicking through, and one of my favourite shows, me and my partner's favourite show of all time, is Twin Peaks. So I was flicking through, and you'd never see Twin Peaks artwork. Like, you see it online, but I've never seen anyone draw it in person. And he did 2 pieces. He had like nearly all the characters, so I had to just grab 2, and that was it. Otherwise I would have spent more than what I'd made in the con just on his work. But we have Gordon Cole, which is David Lynch in the show. He's the director. He has his own character in it as well. He's one of the coolest characters in it, so definitely had to grab that. And because it's David Lynch, we love his movies, so I grabbed that one. And then lastly we have Laura Palmer when she's wrapped in plastic, and it's got all watercolor splashes and stuff on it. They all came with like little cards as well, which is cool, so you can see that here. So yeah, super cool. Can't wait to get these out on display, get some frames for all the artwork. It's good to have someone else's artwork as well, because I tend to just keep drawing. It's good to support other artists as well and have some of their pieces in. So that was my con experience at Inkblot. I keep saying Thought Bubble because it's the next con, so it's just in my head. At Inkblot Nottingham 2026, my first con ever selling, and now I've got the con bug. I just want to do a full circuit and just keep selling, because the vibes there was so good. Everyone there was so nice, helpful, speaking to new people, getting new people interested in my work and seeing it. And another thing as well is there was a lady that had loads of bright colours on her stall, and mine was black and white, and people were coming to mine and going, yours is really eye-catching and really intriguing, which I found amazing because it's just black and white. I have a little bit of red on the comic, but all the artwork and everything is all black and white, and it still drew them in and intrigued them to see what was at the table. So but yeah, that was everything. So next week, I don't know roughly what video it'll be, but there will be one going out at 6:30 on Sunday. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video next week.